often hear that some devices are more secure than others. I mean, we hear that Apple devices are, for example, more secure than Android devices. Should people with the Apple phones be less aware?
Well, one of the issues facing anybody with an Apple phone is that you're not going to be able to install an anti-malware solution for it, and that's because Apple doesn't provide the sort of low-level connection into the operating system for vendors to actually be able to hook into it and protect it. On the upside, of course, because if you want to put something on an iPhone, let's say, it has to be from the App Store, and therefore they only have one door into the system to guard, to monitor, if you like. So it does make it less likely that an infection can occur. There are, pieces, or we've seen pieces of malware for iPhone, but it's a lot less common. Probably 98% of what we see is focused on Android. But I would say for people using Apple devices, don't sort of have a false sense of security. And in particular, remember that phishing scams can impact you just the same, because they don't rely on delivering an app to the system. They simply rely on an email or some other message with a link in it and tricking you into clicking on it, then disclosing information. So even people with Apple devices should sort of develop this secure mindset.
I want to chat a little bit about people with shared devices. A lot of people share their tablets. They allow their children to play on their phones and tablets and share their computers with friends and colleagues. Does this put you at any kind of extra risk, barring the person you're sharing with isn't a criminal themselves?
Well, it could do, because if any of the account information is being cached, so it's not being cleared after let's say your browser history or any saved passwords or anything like that doesn't get cleared, then potentially it means that somebody else could log in as you. So, if you are on a computer that isn't your own or is going to be used by other people, it's always a good idea to make sure that you're not having the system save any passwords for you, that when you exit the browser, you are clearing the cache so that personal information, history and so on gets deleted. It's always better to make sure that any of the applications being used are requiring a password for you, because, as I say, otherwise, if it's just whoever's using it is using the same account, then you're not in complete control of that, and potentially your online identity could be assumed by somebody else.